The Rambler Network.
When we dig up the first of history, the signal is often weak. The oldest music ever recorded for playback is nearly impossible to hear, but its significance is deafening. It's the first scratch in time, the mark that lets us find all the others that followed. But sometimes, what we think is the first isn't after all. This is the Digressor Firsts. When people talk about the first soft drink, most folks jump straight to one name: Coca-Cola. It's iconic everywhere, and the soda that practically defined soda. But Coke didn't come out until 1886. That's practically yesterday in the timeline of carbonation. And while Coca-Cola might be the soft drink that conquered the world, however, that wasn't the first soft drink. Long before vending machines and Super Bowl commercials, there was a man who thought, what if water didn't have to be so boring? His name was Joseph Priestley. In 1787, Priestley hung out near a brewery, as one does, and noticed the gases bubbling up from the fermentation vats. Instead of doing the normal, reasonable thing and ignoring it, he suspended a bowl of water over the vat and watched it fizz. The result was the world's first artificially carbonated water, a drink he called impregnated water. Yeah, the 1700s were weird. Priestley had invented sparkling water, not flavored or bottled, not sold, just a scientific curiosity, a proof of concept, if you will. But still, a crucial first step. However, that still wasn't the first soft drink. Enter Johann Jacob Schweppe. Yep, that's Schweppe. In the 1780s, Schweppe saw Priestley's experiment and thought, hey, what if that wasn't just a bubbling science trick? What if it was a business? Schweppe refined the carbonation process, made it reproducible, scalable, and stable, and then did something no one else had done. He sold it. Bottled carbonated water commercially to actual customers. By the 1790s, Schweppe's company was thriving. Suddenly, carbonated water wasn't just a scientific novelty, it was a product with customers, demand, branding, and everything. Schweppe didn't invent soda, but he was the first to sell it. The first to turn carbonation into commerce, which makes Schweppe a pivotal figure in the story. However, even his bubbling empire wasn't the first soft drink, because Schweppe had carbonated water and people loved it, but it didn't have flavor. It didn't have personality. 1 year before Coca-Cola, in 1885, in a pharmacy in Waco, Texas, a man named Charles Alderton was getting tired of the way the drugstore always smelled. That mix of fruits, syrups, spices, and medicines. So he tried to capture the scent as a flavor. He mixed, tweaked, poured, adjusted, and kept experimenting until he created something entirely new. Something that didn't taste like medicine or seltzer or mineral water. It just tasted like itself. The world's first true flavored soft drink. Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper debuted in 1885, a full year before Coca-Cola, making it the oldest major soft drink still sold today. Not the first carbonated water, not the first bottled soda, but the first fully realized soft drink, flavor, formula, identity. And unlike Coke, whose recipe was born from a search for a caffeine tonic, Dr. Pepper wasn't really trying to cure anything. It wasn't a medical beverage, though some tried to claim it did. It was created simply because Alderton wanted something that tasted good. Dr. Pepper is the moment soda became soda. So no, the first soft drink wasn't Coca-Cola. The story begins with Priestley inventing carbonation, continues with Schweppes commercializing it, and finally lands in a Texas drugstore where Alderton mixed the first true soft drink into existence. A 3-act evolution from science to business to taste. But I digress.
The Rambler Network.